And we've got some more Alpha stars with us to help us mix some monster cocktails. These guys starred together in the much-beloved film Monster Squad, and now they search the country for short films to bring to you on Alpha in their new show, Short Ends. Please welcome Andre Gower and Ryan Lambert. Come on.
That's you, that's me. That's me.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming on to the
Thank
show.
you for
This is
having
awesome.
us.
Thanks for having us.
This is fantastic.
Anytime you get
Yeah.
to hear the Benny Hill theme.
Right?
Right.
Yeah,
It's a good day.
It makes everything
It's a great
better.
day.
It's a good day.
As does booze.
Put
so,
you in.
yeah,
Just booze.
anytime.
We made a few
Robot.
for you.
Okay, yeah. Before we get started, tell us about the drink that you guys concocted for us.
These are for you.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So this is called the Monster Mule.
Okay.
So we created this drink about a week ago. And we just tried it today for the first time, and they're actually really good. So if
Okay.
you want to give those a buzz,
So what makes it different from a regular Moscow Mule?
blood.
Sweet, I'm in.
Are you guys making them right now? What are the
I'm gonna
ingredients?
make
What we got?
Yep.
So we'll
Ryan
do a
will
little-
explain, we'll make.
Okay.
A little Irish whiskey first.
I think at least 5 hairs just sprouted on my
We'll do
chest.
a little ginger beer.
The piece.
Ooh, what is that? That's real blood.
Where'd you get? What is that?
That is the blood.
You guys really are the Monster
It's
Squad.
really cool. I like that. These glasses too.
And then this
Did
is
you
a
bring
little.
these glasses?
This is orange bitters,
Oh, okay.
and the glasses were provided by you guys.
Good to know.
So thank you for that.
Great. Okay, great.
I need a little bit of blood.
We
over
need
here.
a little bit of blood there.
Fantastic.
And then we're gonna put some
God,
lime.
that's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. I like them strong. Sorry.
Oh, bitters everywhere. Bitters, bitters.
Little orange bitters. All right.
I just guide ponied over here is what I did.
Well, while you guys are making
delicious.
this, why
Go
don't
for
you
it.
just kind of get into like what was the love of short films that kind of got you on board that whole
Yeah.
thing?
Well, you know, the main thing when I
Cheers.
started thinking about the concept was cheers.
Thinking cheers. Thinking cheers.
Cheers.
Two short
Cheers.
films.
Cheers.
2 short films.
Thank you. Awesome. We
You know,
did it.
most of the time, unless you go to a film festival, most people don't get to see short films a lot of places. So I thought this was a great idea to give them another venue, give some filmmakers some exposure. Because shorts can also be, you know, a career starter. They can be something that's short that's part of a larger anthology, or someone trying to promote something and get some heat to make a feature-length thing. So we've had a great time kind of curating some great shorts with people that we know, from people that we know and people that we don't know.
Yep.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a favorite genre of short film?
I really have been enjoying watching a lot of documentary shorts, especially ones that are about like maybe a specific person, or just like someone that's a little bit odd or a little bit off or something like that. But you know, those are my kind of people. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think I enjoy sci-fi in general, but also with shorts because you don't have to have technology to make a sci-fi movie, and you're not necessarily
good point.
hamstrung by a lot of what your access to either effects or your own technology. Because we talk about it, you know, sci-fi movies are hamstrung by the technology of the time anyway, and then it's
Yeah.
kind of obsolete.
Yeah.
With shorts, we've seen some good stuff where people don't have a lot of technology in their shorts, but they're making a sci-fi movie, so it's fun.
I call them pizza and beer movies, which means, hey, I got some pizza and some beer. Want to make a movie? And that's pretty much it. So like,
That's all you need to make a
Get
movie?
your friends, show up at 8 a.m. and let's
Yeah.
shoot all day.
Oh, cool.
So we have a wide range of cool stuff from like really high, well slick produced with some budgets, all the way down to pizza and beer.
Pizza and beer.
So how does somebody like Neil Blomkamp help with short films gaining exposure and things
Yeah.
like that?
Well, I think it's just the notoriety. It's really after the fact that something happens with your short that people realize, oh wow, this was a short before I saw this rad movie.
Yeah, so what's the
Not,
next?
not a lot of
Yeah.
people get that information, and thankfully the internet's around, so you can find that after the fact. And that's what shorts really are. They're kind of jump starters. They're career starters, but they're also great in and of themselves sometimes too. And you know, some people, you know, you have a whole feature-length anthology of just shorts can be a fun thing too. So, you know, we try to curate and theme our episodes and come
Animatrix
with some
kind of
stuff.
thing? Is that what you mean?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we run the range of from genre to monsters to docs to animation. We've got some comedies. We've got some dark comedies.
Very dark.
Inner
very dark.
demons.
Little
Inner demons.
avant-garde stuff coming
Yeah.
up.
Very avant-garde stuff.
I'm curious about the documentaries because you'd
Yeah.
think you'd have to really dive in to be able to touch everything that's going on with that
Yeah.
particular incident with that particular person's life, potentially.
Well, that's
Yeah.
also what makes a good short. Can you tell a story in this amount of time,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
it's 5 minutes or 20 minutes? Especially when you're doing something with the doc and a specific subject, as far as a person is concerned. that can be tricky. And when you do it right, it's like, oh, I got like a lot of information in that amount of time about this very amazing, extraordinary person.
And it's different with docs about a person is the person the subject and part of it and narrating through, or is the doc just about this guy that's not even there?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
So guys, tell us a little bit about the show Short Ends. Are there like themed episodes? What's the format like? Tell us a little bit about the show.
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're going, you know,
I'll have a sip.
since we're, go for it. I'm gonna have a sip too.
Oh, I just got ponied again.
After, so we're just starting out, so we're just kind of going through like comedies, documentaries, but yeah, each episode sort of has its own theme. Cool. Dark comedies, like you were saying, documentaries, but then we went, you know, documentaries about a specific person, or just regular documentaries about a fantastic subject or something. Animation, but then we want to get into a little bit later on, like sci-fi animation, or, you know, something that's a little more specific to each genre.
Cool. All right, so we have some footage of 2 films from your show, Viola and the Vampire King and Knobgoblins. So what are we looking at?
What?
Yep, only on Alpha.
Yeah.
This is Viola and the Vampire versus the Vampire King.
This is great.
This is a romp of kind of, I call it like vampire movie and kung fu theater. So I said it was Vampu. And
Cool.
Vamp Fu, and it's just rad. I mean, he did a lot of After Effects and went out in the field and made this movie.
Oh yes.
This is something that I think kind of looks like it might have been made super low budget and was, but made it look really good.
And so this is not.
And so this is a clip from Knobgoblins.
And you can imagine.
Oh my
You can imagine what it is.
Oh no.
It's like that dude in Florida that sat on his gun and blew off his own dick. Did you hear about that?
yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly like that,
idiot.
Jess.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Which person in
Talking about the guy
Florida?
last week or the guy 2 weeks ago?
No, the guy last week.
The guy last week.
Wait, there was a guy
Man.
2 weeks ago that did the
Yeah,
same thing?
Florida, am I right?
Jesus, Florida.
It's every
You know-
Wednesday. It's Florida.
Right?
Yeah.
But
We
if
love
you
you,
want
Florida.
to see the not blurred out version,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
I do.
And I do.
Monday on Short Ends, you'll get to see the non.
I fell for it.
That's awesome.
God
Guys,
dang.
Monster Squad is celebrating a 30-year milestone this year. That's amazing. Give it a round of applause for that. Are there any plans for the 30th anniversary? Any plans?
Yeah, we've actually got a couple things. You know, kind of this last resurgence of the last 10 or 11 years kind of started at the Alamo Drafthouse in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've been going to conventions and screenings and appearances all over kind of the country. And sort of kind of coming full circle on a big anniversary year, we're doing a 17-venue Alamo Drafthouse roadshow
That's cool.
in 17 days.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
Since I'm not you guys having to travel.
That's right. It's,
Because
grueling,
for you-
grueling schedule.
Yeah.
I've done it before, like with my bands, like when I was
Yeah.
younger.
But this is different
But
because we
this-
have Ashley Bank and her 1-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's a family affair on the road. It's going to be awesome.
Congrats
So if you
and good
check,
luck.
what is it? Check drafthouse.com for the Alamo Drafthouse near you. Get your tickets because they're actually going.
Oh, fantastic.
A couple of the venues are already like full and done. They're adding second screenings and stuff like that. So it's
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all if that was any glimpse at what, I mean, I got to go to see one just to see that guy's dick get eaten off. I mean, I'll take it for that easily. All right, so thanks for the mixing lesson, you guys. I like it. It's a lot of whiskey.
It's a lot of whiskey.
Who poured the whiskey?
I don't
did.
even know.
I don't know.
What are you
That's
talking
why
about?
I like it.
So
A little
aside,
heavy-handed.
so aside from the Alamo Draft House and signing up for tickets, where else can people find you on socials and whatnot?
Well, besides on our Alpha show at Short Ends, I'm Andre Gower, at Andre Gower on Twitter. Twiddle. Too much whiskey. Twiddle.
Ryan Lambert 111 on Instagram and Twitter.
And we also have our podcast, which is fun that Ryan and I do,
Oh, I didn't know you guys had a
which is
podcast.
called Squadcast.
Oh, that's a good name. See?
Squadcast with Ryan and Andre, and you can find that kind of all over the podcast world, including ryanandandre.com. So
How
every
often do you
episode
guys update your podcast? Like, how often does it go live?
about once a month right now.
Okay,
so that
no,
keeps
that's
it cool.
good.
We've got some stacked
busy.
up. We've got some great stuff in the can,
Cool.
because it used to be just us two shooting the proverbial fish, but then we have some guests and we meet people on the road, and we'll podcast from the road when we go to cool events, and it's kind of neat.
That's great.
Awesome.
Well,
Fantastic.
guys, be sure to catch Short Ends exclusively on ProjectAlpha.com every Monday. And remember, all new members get a 30-day free trial